Hi everyone, welcome back to the series. This is the extraterrestrial messages and revelations series here on the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're all keeping safe and keeping healthy. Tonight's episode is going to be the second episode about the Tic Tacs, but it is the fourth episode of the whole series. I've been receiving messages from the extraterrestrials and writing them down in my notebook, and it's pages upon pages. God knows when I'm going to be able to make episodes about all of these messages and revelations, but they are quite powerful and quite inspiring at times, even things that I haven't thought of myself. But they are quite amazing, and I am grateful to be receiving them and conveying them to you guys. I hope you all find them informative and inspirational. And I am very, very proud of you all. I think humanity is doing a great job going forward. We are really doing well. And there's a lot of things that are changing now. And the extraterrestrials are aware of that. Now, the first message they gave me here is, do not doubt spirituality. Study how it works. Now, this message actually brought me to tears, because I've always known spirituality was real. For God's sake, I was born seeing spirits, and I've never stopped seeing spirits to this day. And I'm not a crazy person. I'm a qualified medical doctor. I've had my degree. I've passed Royal College exams. And, I'm quite pensive and all here. So I have seen it. And also I've got, throughout the years, I've been getting validations of everything that I've been seeing. Even on the channel, there are very few people who are confident enough to post their predictions for all to see before something happens. And it is a responsibility, so I do my best to do it, to handle it as responsibly as I can, because obviously I'm getting this message from a higher plane. It's not different with also working with herbs or anything else and seeing the effects that they have that are considered magical at the moment, but I believe in the future they will be scientific. For example, most spiritual people know that cinnamon draws in money. How does it do that? Most spiritual people know that certain roots of plants, like the high John root, it provides protection from curses, hexes, black magic, and draws in a lot of money. How do they do that? So it's interesting. Most people know that the rose, this beautiful, fragrant rose, attracts love. I have my work as a root worker because of my heritage. I have family in Louisiana, France, Morocco. My background is very mixed, but there are a lot of things in nature that work in an unseen way, and there is recorded evidence for that in all of our books, or you can say grimoires. So how do they do that? So that's the message that the extraterrestrials were trying to give me to convey to people. You can try it for yourself. You can contact me or go to someone that you know that is very good at what they do and get results. They get results. And try it. It's gonna work, okay? If your mind is open enough. It is not magic, it's science. But it is science that is unknown to us. So the extraterrestrials were trying to explain that to me, that there is so much that we still don't know about nature and about the universe. And they said, do not doubt that. Study how it works. Try and find out. Because that will not only benefit the person. Imagine if you can know exactly what makes cinnamon draw money and love. For example, cinnamon draws love as well, and protects you. How you know that works exactly scientifically, and magnifying that in multiples, how wealthy the planet would be, how wealthy a person can be. So do not doubt spirituality, study how it works, was the first message. Now they have said that I should also tell people about how that I am grateful that I am actively protected by the Universal Intergalactic Federation. It's not just me, it's many, many people who are enlightened, who only project love, who are pure of heart, pure of spirit, do not want to hurt anyone, would not lift a finger to hurt anyone, and who are accepting of everyone. Okay, it is the ones that have a real love for all creation, an unconditional love, whether it's here, whether it's Andromeda, whether it's in the Pleiades, whether it's in around Jupiter, wherever it is, in Mars. A love for all creation is the condition. It doesn't mean that that I don't fight for what's right with what has been taught to me energetically, and protect myself and the ones that I love. But I am grateful for that ability to have that capacity to love, and will only use it to benefit the universe. And I check with the extraterrestrials and my spirit guides before I do any healing or any rituals, etc. There is a real science there, and I think people need to, I personally think, and I've been inspired by extraterrestrials in this message, that people need to study it properly and understand how it works, because then you can save yourself a lot of aggravation and save the planet a lot of aggravation and bring in a lot of healing. I'm going to give you an example of my protection, how I'm protected, for example, how the extraterrestrials protect me. At one point, I was doing voluntary work in East Africa, it's East Africa, and I was campaigning against female genital mutilation, and we had a multidisciplinary team, people teaching people how to farm, we built labor rooms, for women, we were doing health education lectures, we were fighting diseases, endemic diseases and so on, and educating people. And there was one time when I was targeted by the husband of one of the midwives, because they were doing female genital mutilations, and they used to make profit from it. They used to get gifts in gold and in other things, money and so on. So he wanted to finish me. He took me out to the desert. It was a desert place with his friend, pretending that there was a woman in labor, and they took me out to this place where I didn't have, at that time there were no, the mobiles coverage was close to zero. There was no one I took with me. I just believed them and I went with them because they looked very stressed. And took me out, long story short, they took me out, they stood me up in the middle of the desert, and he pointed a gun at me. And he said, I'm gonna shoot you now, because unless you promise you will stop teaching what you're teaching and stopped teaching about female genital mutilation. And I said to him, kill me. I can't make a promise like this. And I'm not joking. I wasn't afraid of him. And I knew I was not foolish enough to think that this life was all that there was. And I just said, do it. So he pulled his gun out and he put it to my hand. And just before he pulled the trigger, this big UFO, I saw it. It was like, I looked up and all I could see was white light with, in electricity branches out and you see these zigzags. That's all I could see. There was a central circle in that light. It looked like a disc shape and it blinded us. As they were taking me to this place to do this, a light shone on the car and the car stopped working and it took the car off the road. So we all got back in and they still took me and did it. And when they did it, tried to do it, when they did whatever they were doing and tried to murder me, this light came, and when the brightness of the light faded away and we could see, me and this guy had someone else with him, the guy was nowhere to be found. We did not, we looked all around, and obviously me being me, I was like, what happened to him? The other guy was crying. He was holding my feet saying, please, 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 forgive us, forgive us, forgive us. I said to him, this isn't my doing. Something else protected me. And I just said to him, this is God's protection and you should be careful what you do because you're always watched. So he drove me back home and it turned into an opposite thing. Instead of me being a hated person, I was celebrated then in that village and I'm really grateful for that. I tried to help as many people as I could at that time. And that man did not appear until a couple of weeks after that in a different part of the country that I was working in. And he came back with nothing. He couldn't hear. His hearing was lost. He could barely see. And the only people that could treat him were me and my team. So we treated him. And then he became our number one supporter and our security detail. So it's very, amazing how they can protect people. Many other things have happened in my life similar to this. So I believe they protect good people. They do say that God is real, or the source is real, the Most High is real, but we are not His only creation. Religions don't change the outcome as long as the person is good. Basically, they said do your best and believe in the Most High power and you will be okay. That's what they were saying. This is basically it, the summary of how you will be protected when you are enlightened and you lift yourself up to a higher vibration. And if you are patient enough and strong enough, you will succeed. I wanted this episode again to be 10 minutes, but it's not possible. So I'm going to go into now the Tic Tacs, what I have to say about the Tic Tacs here. So these things are in the Tic Tacs. They have faces. They're humanoid, okay, and they are, because they showed them to me in visions. They are plant-based. They are very intelligent. They don't need anything from Earth, like I've said before. Their lifespans are around 1,500 years. And they are very high vibrational to the extent that when they also have death and they die and they transition. And when they transition, it's almost assured that they will go to the good place or like to a positive, another dimension that's very positive and on a higher vibration. They made me laugh. They said none of us is in hell. For those who believe in hell. but none of them is in the lower vibrational place that negative people go to, which is known as hell in the main religions. They said that the thing that makes religions go wrong is humans, okay, is people, and the negative forces that are in the universe that come and interfere sometimes to create animosity and create hatred and create the need for control and create the need for aggression and so on. There is going to be a big global event before 2023, because events on the earth, pandemics, wars, etc., are going to force the ETs to come and show themselves in a big global event before 2023, is what they told me. This date is not open to change or flexibility, so if it doesn't happen, you can call me a liar. Therefore, them, the message, they had a message to NASA, which is interesting. They said they have to tell the truth, because if they want to keep their sovereignty, they need to expose the truth of what they know, because it's going to be exposed. And if it doesn't, if people don't have, if there are any hidden truths on part of NASA, for example, or other big bodies, then they will not keep their sovereignty, because people will stop believing them. And they will probably lose their funding. So they need to tell the truth. They said that how Tic Tacs operate is not something known to humans, and it does not relate to anything discussed or talked about so far, as it is not the ability, the humans are not able to grasp it. They said it would damage our actual parenchyma, the brains, the actual tissue, if it were exposed to us. They said that it is very important for people to try and become more spiritual, because then they will be more able to open themselves up to the spirit world, and hence, therefore, to telepathic communication, which some people have already, and in some is stronger than others. But if you go to my previous episode, I explain what it takes to actually open up your gift, and that it's something that's available to everyone. It's in all of our DNAs. They have spiritually advanced members in their societies that extend beyond telepathy and prophecies, etc. But these are not anything like the human understanding of these things, they said. Again, they stress that they believe in the one most high creator God, most high, living, most high. They said that this source, or God, the highest power that is known to all of them across all universes and all infinite creations, is a living thing. They said that's alive, okay? And that the capacity of this force is not also beyond the human and even their limit to fully understand. They don't really know exactly what that is. Like, they can't define it, but it's there throughout everything. You can't make logic to define it or explain it. First of all, because our brains are limited. Second of all, because it's not of any nature of anything that we know or can relate to. It's very, very superior. The only thing that we can do is know that this most high force exists. They said that Tic Tacs are made of protective, adaptive, mobile, locomotively responsive elements not anti-gravity, something else different from that. Protective, replicating, telepathic, healing, cleansing materials, and they are very durable. They are the most loving energy that I have come into contact so far. There's a lot of negative energies around, but like I've said in my previous video, if you guys watch the whole series, you get more information about, these things. But they are incredible in the capacity of love, the strength of love, the strength of desire for togetherness, for the understanding of the one consciousness. All living things are conscious, but on different vibrational levels. It is very touching how they are concerned about us. And I feel personally that we need to try and work very hard to lift our vibrations collectively. We are doing amazing so far, and I'm sure everyone who's listening to this video is because of the nature of the video. But I believe that one day all of this hidden knowledge is going to come to light. I'm gonna leave it here, you guys. I love you guys so much, and in the next episode I will be talking about cyborgs, because they gave me information about them. Why do some abductees, witnesses, experiencers meet cyborgs or AI or as such? It's a very, very interesting, it's going to be a very interesting episode, very interesting revelation and message and revelation. And it wasn't what I expected for them to tell me. So I will tell you about this in the next episode. I love you guys so much. Please be strong, stay safe, and keep me in your meditation and prayers as I do keep you. And please don't hesitate to comment or to please like, share, and subscribe so that this knowledge goes out to as many people as possible. I am feeling just a little tad bit, emotional because of my experience that I told you about. It's giving me a bit of tension, but when I remember it. But I'm sure you all appreciate it, and you guys are amazing and incredible. Every human being is, every creation is. They're all fantastic, superior creations that have the capacity to love and do amazing things, and they're all part of the one amazing consciousness that we have in this universe, amongst others as well. I love you all very much, and I hope that this has shed some light on some of the issues. Any questions, any suggestions for topics and so on as well, leave them in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. I will make a session of communication with them and try and get the answers from them to the best of my ability. I will send you all out with love and light, and I am sure I will see you all in the next episode of Extraterrestrial Messages and Revelations. I love you all very much. Bye for now.